All right, 1, 2, 3. Hey there, folks. Thanks for tuning in on UWECBlueGolds.com. I'm Jackson Schmicke, joined here with Michael Turner. We're here at beautiful Carson Park for your matchup tonight with the UW-Eau Claire Blue Golds taking on the St. John's University Johnnies. Now, we're about 5 minutes away here from kickoff, and a couple of keys to the game here from Michael. What do you think the keys to the Blue Golds winning tonight are?
Well, as far as the Blue Gold defense is concerned, I think they have to get pressure on Johnny's quarterback, Joe Boyle. High completion percentage last week. Try and just get him out of a rhythm, maybe get some pressure and force some turnovers, some bad throws. Also, I think field position will be a key battle for this game.
All right. Yeah, what I think the key to the game is going to be for UWEC passing attack to get on track here. Austin Nye last week went 4 for 10 for only under 100 yards and 1 touchdown on a late Hail Mary to end the second quarter. But they need to get that passing attack going. Joel Sweeney can't carry this team by himself.
That's true. Sweeney, great game last week. 181 rushing yards, 3 touchdowns, named the WIAC Player of the Week, Offensive Player of the Week. I think the Johnny's defense, probably if you're the defensive coordinator, is definitely someone to key in on.
Definitely. Well, we're about 3 minutes here from game time. It's going to be the UW-Eau Claire Blue Golds taking on the St. John's University Johnnies, who are ranked number 9 in the nation currently and went 10-1 last year. That's pretty impressive. Blue Golds are going to have their hands full tonight.
Yes, they are. Always a good game between these two teams. They historically have played each other very tough and close. So
they sure have, and it's going to be the second game in John Gallardi's 62nd year of coaching the Johnnies, all-time winningest coach in college football.
Yes. Yep, he's had a long and illustrious career, and he just keeps adding on the wins. A solid program he has put together. So
he sure has. Now we're just going to take a moment of silence here in remembrance of 9/11. All right, folks, we're going to take you down to the field for the Blue Gold Marching Band's National Anthem, and then we'll have some football here out at Carson Park. All right, folks, that was the UW-Eau Claire Marching Band. Best band in D3, in my opinion. But we are 30 seconds here from getting this game underway. We're going to take it down to the field for the coin toss with tonight's referees. It'll be here shortly. St. John's has won the toss here, and they have elected to receive. Blue Golds are going to be starting out on defense. Give you some starting lineups here in a second. Starting defense for the St. John's University Blue Gold, offense, sorry, since they're going to have the ball first. At quarterback, we've got number 9, Joe Boyle. Running back, Jacob Redding. Fullback, Steven Johnson. Right tackle, Joe Pesh. Right guard, Eric Dirks. Center, Tim Juba. Left guard, Andrew Ghostly. Left tackle, Jeff Gilbertsono. Tight end, Josh Overman. Wide receiver, Sam Pedersen. And wide receiver, Brady Lipp. Your UWEC starting defense is going to be left end, Bert Gerink. Nose guard, Dan Mahaffey. Right end will be Dan Kinsella. Outside linebacker, Brad Niederhausen. Inside linebackers are going to be Ben Shea and Andy Newman. Outside backer is going to be Kalen Skittleberg. Cornerbacks, Tyler Janis and Matt Matek. Safeties are going to be Chad Samuelson and Kyle Thorpe. And your other cornerbacks are Chris Olson and Austin Murphy. Brandon Razaborski here for the Blue Golds, going to be kicking off, number 47. Had a little bit of an off game last week, but hopefully he got things in order. He was kicking the ball pretty far today in the warm-ups. And here we go. We're about to have football here out at Carson Park. And the kick is up. Razaborski with the beautiful booming kick. That is Brady Lipp with the return for St. John's, taking it to the 30, 35, pushing his own guys out of the way and down to the 36-yard line for St. John's, where they're going to start with the ball first and 10. As we said in the pregame, it's John Gallardi's 62nd year in head coaching. He has amassed an incredible record of 471, 126, and 11, which is a 78% winning percentage. That's absolutely incredible. All right, first play from scrimmage here for St. John's. We've got Joe Boyle under center, 2 running backs in the wing tee, 3 wideouts, fakes the end around, pitches it off to number 35, Tyler Dammerman, who goes down right at the line. UW-Eau Claire Blue Gold starting off nice with a no gain there. Bert Gerking with the tackle for the Blue Golds, number 55. Good job by the Blue Golds here, starting off their defense early. Got a loud crowd out here at Carson Park. Pretty big out here for the second game of the year. Boyle under center again, 1 back, 4 wide. 2 on the left, 2 on the right. Drops back to pass. He's looking right. He's airing it out deep. He's got his man. Oh, just underthrows him a little bit. Good coverage there by number 29 for the Blue Golds, Jake Elser. Not had him right there if he was going to catch it. Blue Gold defense looks like they're stepping up for this game. Again, the Johnnies are ranked number 9 in the nation. Pretty impressive feat for a school that's 10 times as small as UW-Eau Claire with an enrollment of just under 2,000. Boyle under center again for the Johnnies. 2 wide, 2 in the backfield. Sends a man in motion out to the right. Line up in the slot. Drops back to pass. Looks right. Oh, he goes down. Fumble! Fumble on the Johnnies, but they're going to jump on top of that. It's going to be about let's see here, 10-yard loss on the Johnnies. Going to make it about 4th and 20 for the Johnnies, who are going to come in to punt. Got Scott Ramey, the punter for the St. John's University Johnnies. We've got David Goodman for the Blue Golds back to return. Looks like the Blue Golds are sending everybody after this punt. Gets it off. Oh, nearly blocked. Short punt. Gonna be fair caught at the 46-yard line, but a flag on the play. Gonna be catching interference on the Johnnies. That's gonna give the Blue Golds great starting field position here on their first drive of the game. Crowd really liked that call there by the ref. Wouldn't you say, Mike?
Yeah, definitely.
Again, the call is kick catching interference on the Johnnies. Can't be within 3 yards of that kick returner when he calls fair catch. If you're If you're there or you hit them, that's going to be a 15-yard penalty every time. A little bit undisciplined there from the Johnnies. So starting field position is going to be great for the Blue Golds. They're going to be starting on the Johnnies' 39-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Blue Golds. Here they come with their pistol attack. 3 wides for Austin Nye, the quarterback. Joel Sweeney, the freshman sensation running back who racked up 184 yards last week against Bethel in the backfield. Nye goes to the air on 1st down, just overthrows Goodman, just behind him. Your starting offense for the UW-Eau Claire Blue Golds, we've got Austin Nye at quarterback, Drew Adamczak at the H-back. Tailback's going to be Joel Sweeney. Wide receivers are Jesse Linsmeyer and David Goodman. Tight end, Ryan Myrtle. Left guard is Matt Withrow. Left tackle, Cameron Belkey. Center, Paul Santee, and right guard, Jake Hofferman. Right tackle, Nick Brousseau. It's got Nye in the pistol again, 2 wides, and Sweeney in the backfield. Sweeney with the run, and he is stuffed by the Johnny defense. Number 97, Kyle Schrader on the tackle for the Johnnies. Going to bring up a 3rd and 10 here for the Blue Golds in Johnny territory on the 40. 1-yard loss, actually. So make that 3rd and 11. Not the way you want to start out your first drive for the Blue Golds, but Johnny's also started off pretty slow there too. So we've got Nye in the pistol again. 2 wide receivers to his left. Sweeney in the backfield. He's rolling out to his left. Voids a defender, but he's going to go down for the sack. Number 55, Cody Shower with the tackle. Nice stop there by the Johnny defense. That's going to bring in number 45, Scott Brzezinski, UW-Eau Claire punter. Johnnies have number 24, Kevin Wenner, back to receive this kick. Hopefully he's going to kick it to the sideline and get a coffin kick here for the Blue Golds. Start the Johnnies deep in their own territory. Awaiting the snap. Here it is. Nice snap. No pressure. That's going to go into the end zone for a touchback. It's going to be 1st and 10 for St. John's from the 20-yard line. Out comes their offense again, who racked up an amazing 503 yards last week against Northwestern College in Minnesota. They won 56-10. Wow. Just putting a hurting on Northwestern. But again, this Johnny team is ranked number 9 by D3Football.com. Got Boyle again under center, 2 running backs, 3 wide. Sends a man in motion to his right. Fakes the end around, the little triple option going to 35. Taylor Dammerman with the carry for about 5 yards. Slashing through the defense. That was Jacob Redding on the carry there. Blue Golds run the 3-4 defense, so they've got 3 down linemen, 4 backers here. Green Bay Packers run that one too, and that worked out pretty well for them last year in their first year under the 3-4. Boyle again under center, 2 wide, sends a man in motion. Fakes the handoff going to the halfback, but he is stuffed at the line by a host of Blue Golds. Defensive line getting good push there. Among others in on that tackle was Dan Kinsella, the transfer from the University of Minnesota. From Stevens Point, Wisconsin. Got to see him play in high school a couple of times. Conference opponent. Good player in high school. Ended up going to the University of Minnesota and then transferring a little closer to home last year. Got to play for the Blue Golds. Got 3rd and 4 here from the 26 for the Johnnies. Boyle under center, 2 wide, 2 in the backfield. Barking out the signals. Going with the hard count here. They're running the option. Pitches it out to the running back, who's going nowhere on that line. Looks like he ended up getting the first down. Looked like he might not be able to get around that corner. Blue Golds just weren't quite quick enough to get there for the tackle. It's going to be 1st and 10 after the 6-yard gain. It's going to be ball on the 32. Blue Gold fans cheering on the defense here. Boyle under center once again. 2 in the backfield, 2 out wide. 34 in on the carry. Runs into his own lineman and gets roped down by a couple of Blue Gold defenders. It was Steven Johnson on the carry. Carry for the Johnnies, about a 3-yard gain. It's going to be 2nd and 7 from the 35. Blue Gold band telling the fans to stand up. Don't think they're being spirited enough. It is a big game after all. Number 9 in the country comes to your house. You want your crowd to be pumped, and now the people get on their feet here at Carson Park for the Blue Golds. Boyle under center again. He is rolling out, looking downfield. He's got a man open on the sideline, and they're going to say he caught that. He dragged his feet, it looked like. Blue Gold coach is trying to argue that he didn't catch it. From here, it did look like a good catch from my eye. What do you think, Mike?
It's a little hard to tell there, but Coach Glaser definitely not pleased with that call.
No, he is not. He's still giving it to that referee down there. He was not happy. It's going to bring up 1st and 10 for the Johnnies from the Blue Gold, or from their own 45-yard line. As the band starts chanting defense and the crowd joins in. Getting loud out here at Carson Park. Boyle under center again, 2 to his left, and he running the option, triple option. Pitches it out to 35 is Jacob Redding on the carry. A good 6-7 yards on that carry. They like to run that triple option. Seeing it more and more in college football and even high school football too. That triple option, trying to fool the initial defenders and open up holes for your running back. Running out of a little different formation than most teams, and most teams will run it out of a single or regular I formation, but Johnnies like to run it out of the strong T formation. Got 4 wideouts here for the Johnnies. Boyle dropping back to pass, looks left, has his man, and he's going to go out of bounds right about the first down marker. Josh Overman on the catch, the senior tight end out of Albany, Minnesota. Good catch there, and it's going to bring up a 3rd and 1 for the Johnnies at the 46 of the Blue Golds. Blue Gold defense is going to need to come up big here on this stop if they want to get off the field and get that offense out there, see if the offense can do something more. Fans getting loud here on this 3rd down for the Blue Golds. Boyle's under center, barking out signals. He's got 2 wide receivers, 2 running backs, and he's going to the fullback right up the middle, who slashes through that D, and he's roped down at the 37-yard line of the Blue Golds. 1st down for the Johnnies. Going to be 1st and 10 with a little over 8 minutes here left in the first quarter. People still starting to file into Carson Park. Very good crowd here for the Johnnies. Most I've seen here for an opposing team, but they are only an hour away over in Minnesota. Boyle under center in the straight I formation. He hands it off, and up the middle again, another 4 or 5 yard gain. That's going to be Kevin Winter with the carry.
Sorry, Jackson, I'm not much for the color commentary here. It's hard to gotta do the camera work at the same time. So.
No worries. Not much going on so far in this game.
You're doing an excellent job.
Well, thank you. Appreciate it. Boyle again from the straight I formation. Hands it off to number 25, Harry Awe. Sophomore running back out of St. Paul. He's stuffed at the line for a couple yard gain. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 4 for the Johnnies from the Blue Gold 32-yard line. Probably 4 down territory if you're the Johnnies there. Not going to be in a position for the long field goal. What is it? It's going to be about 44 yards here. Crowd getting loud again at Carson Park. Loudest I've heard it all year, except it is only the second game of the year for the Blue Golds. Oh, and the handoff goes to number 33, Nick Schneider on the carry, the freshman running back. He'll pick up the 1st down for the Johnnies. It's going to be 1st and 10 from the 25. Johnny's at the Eau Claire 25-yard line. 1st and 10 with 6:30 left here in the first quarter. All timeouts left for the teams. Johnny Ball. Boyle in the straight I formation again. 2 wide, 2 in the backfield, 1 tight end. barking out signals, takes a snap, hands it off, and that's going to go for a couple-yard gain with Nick Schneider on the carry there for the Johnnies. Blue Gold defense putting up a decent fight here. Johnny so far just nickel and diming him for 4 yards here, 5 yards there, 2 yards here. No big plays so far. They tried to go deep a couple of times, but haven't been able to go past the Blue Gold secondary. Straight eye again here. Hand off to the fullback. He's going to barrel forward for about 4 yards. Going to bring up about a 3rd and 3 from the 20. No, from the 18, actually. Excuse me. 5:30 here left in the first quarter. Blue Gold's nothing. Johnny's nothing. Blue Gold fans are getting loud once again. Band leading those fans, trying to get them loud out here at Carson Park to cheer on the defense for a stop here. Boyle lines up in the I formation. 2 backs behind him, 2 wideouts, 1 tight end. Barking out signals. Oh, we got false start on the Johnnies. Going to be number 34 there, Steven Johnson, the fullback, going early there. Going to back up the Johnnies 5 yards, making it 3rd and 8 from the 23. That's not what you want if you're the Johnnies head coach, John Ghilardi. Making it harder on yourself. 5 minutes left here at Carson Park, first quarter. Johnny's got quite a big offensive line there. Number 61, their right guard. He's a big boy. 4 wides here for the Johnnies. Boyle under center, dropping back to pass, looking right, looks left. Plenty of time. Rushed out of the pocket. He's going to take off. Dives down to the 11-yard line. He loses a football. Blue Gold say they have it, but he was easily down on the play. Slashes the defense for about 12 yards there on the scramble. Good job there by Boyle to avoid the late pressure by the Blue Golds and then just take off to where there wasn't anyone and dive in to the first down. It's going to be 1st and 10 from the 12 for the Johnnies, looking to put the first points on the board here at Carson Park. Blue Gold defense going to try and buckle down. 3 wide for the Johnnies, 2 in the backfield, straight I formation. Boyle under center. Handed it off to the tailback Schneider. He's barreling forward, running over defenders, and he's finally brought down by a couple of Blue Golds. Number 49, Callan Siddleberg in on the tackle, among others. Just under 4 minutes here left at Carson Park. No score in the game. Blue Gold defense looking a bit winded. The couple D linemen with their hands on their hips. But hopefully they can make a stand here and stop the Johnnies and hold them to just a field goal. 2nd and 5 from the 7 here. Boyle under center in the offset I. Barking out signals, 2 wide receivers. He play fakes, looking for his tight end in the end zone. It's tipped by number 39, Cody Meyer. Number 39, Ben Shea, a linebacker from Manitowoc, 6'2 senior. Good play there, almost picked off. If he had got that could have set up some good field position for the Blue Golds. Band once again telling the fans to stand up and get loud here at Carson Park. They want their defense to get a stop here, and the fans obey. That band has quite a say here. Boyle in the offset I once again. 2 wideouts. Probably looking run here. Rolling out on that option. He's going to take it himself and cut down by the Blue Gold linebacker. Fumble on the play. And they call it a fumble. And it is Blue Gold football. Boyle calling his own number on the option. Goes in and gets the ball stripped. Blue Gold defense coming up with a big turnover here late in the first quarter. Blue Gold offense is going to take over from their own 7, though, with 3:16 here left in the first quarter. Just what you want if you're the Blue Gold defense, getting that turnover and shifting the momentum. Johnnies have had the ball nearly all quarter. Austin Nye is back there in the pistol. Got Joel Sweeney in the backfield with him and 2 wide receivers. takes the snap, handoff to Sweeney, cuts it back, had a hole, but runs right into the defender, powers around, and he'll go down for about no gain. Joel Sweeney last week, folks, he ran for 184 yards and 3 touchdowns in the Blue Gold's win over Bethel, 35-31. He was instrumental in getting that Blue Gold win. He had a couple of short touchdown runs and then had a really nice, took one up the middle, cut it back through the linebacking core, and just went 53 yards to the house. Nye again in the pistol formation, sends a man in motion. Sweeney the lone back. He's going to get the ball again, cuts it back. He goes outside. He's got room to run, cut down by Johnny's cornerback there, but looks like he's going to have the first down. Joel Sweeney, folks, only a freshman out of Tomah, Wisconsin. He was actually ranked the number 31st best college prospect by WisFootball.net last year, his senior year at Tomah, where he rushed for 1,800 yards and I believe it was 13 touchdowns. He had some recruiting interest from a couple of big schools. Wisconsin, Minnesota showed a little interest. North Dakota State, Mankato, a couple D2 schools. Sweeney, Nye, play fake. He's rolling out. Johnny, defender can't bring him down, switches hands, and he's going down at the 20-yard line on the scramble. 3-yard gain for Nye, who luckily got away from that Johnny defender out in the backfield, which would have stopped him for a loss. Looks to his head coach for the play call. Goes into the huddle, and he's going to call the play. Minute and a half here left in the first quarter for the Blue Golds. 2nd and 6 from the 21. Nye in the pistol. Hand off to Sweeney. Sweeney cuts it outside, running hard, and he loses the football. Johnny's jump on it. Yep. Excuse me, that's going to be Johnny football there. Alex Powell with the fumble recovery there for the Johnnies, the cornerback. Sweeney there just took it outside. He had some room, and then he just let go, basically. I mean, he didn't really have that secure of a hold on the ball. Had a little bit of Adrian Peterson-esque hold there. Mr. Peterson, known for his fumbling late last year for the Vikings. Blue Gold defense here going to have to make another stand. It's going to be Boyle with his 2 running backs in the offset eye, 1 tight end, 2 wide receivers split out. Blue Golds with their 3-4 defense sends a man in motion. Going to the halfback there. Schneider diving forward down to about the 10, 11-yard line. It's about it's a 5-yard gain. It'll be 2nd and 5 from the 12. Just over a minute here left in the first quarter. Band still trying to get that crowd in. They're a little resilient to take heed of the chant, but when it comes down to it, they usually listen to the band. And the clock goes to double digits here for the first quarter. 44 seconds left. Boyle sends a man in motion. Gives it to his fullback. There's a fumble on the play. Johnnies look like they jump in there, but a couple Blue Golds are in there. Johnnies are going to recover the ball on the 10-yard line. Looks like Boyle jumped in on that one. Lucky there for the Johnnies. Botched handoff there from Boyle to his fullback on that triple option run. Could have been a decent gain if he had gotten it off, and they're just going to go into the end of the first quarter. All knotted up here at Carson Park as the clock goes down to zeros. 0 for the UW-Eau Claire Blue Golds. 0 for the St. John's University Johnnies. It's going to be 3rd and 3 from the Blue Gold 10-yard line when they start the second quarter. And now I'm going to turn it over to Michael Turner, who's going to take your play-by-play for the second quarter.
Hey everyone there. This is Michael Turner filling in for Jackson now for the second quarter here. Johnny's getting the ball inside Blue Gold territory. Running back number 34 for St. John's tripped up in the backfield. Nice tackle there. Nick Schneider, the freshman for St. John's, stopped cold on a 3rd and 5. Now it'll be 4th and 4. St. John's forced to kick a field goal.
Good stop there for the Blue Golds. That's what you like to see if you're head coach Todd Glazer.
About a 27, 28-yard field goal here for St. John's. Kicker Jimmy Matson out of Eau Claire. Snap is up. Kick is away. It's up, and Matson is true from 28 yards away. So the scoreless streak ends. St. John's finally gets on the board with a Matson field goal. St. John's University 3, the Blue Golds nothing, with about 14 minutes left in the second quarter. Just a quick disclaimer, folks. I'm dealing with some allergies here, and obviously both Jackson and I are a little bit inexperienced, so just bear with us on some of this commentary. But we'll try and get the names, the pronunciations right for you, try and keep the play-by-play as interesting as possible.
Can you finish doing that and then just click send, tune in, UW-Eau Claire? Got a couple stats here for you first. First quarter stats just came down. St. John's with 58 yards rushing in the first quarter, 13 passing. Blue Golds, 7 total yards in that first quarter. If you're Todd Glazer, you cannot be happy with your offense so far. The St. John's defense clamping down on the Blue Golds. Leading rusher for the game is Steven Johnson with 17 yards on 3 carries.
Matt Olson back deep for the Blue Golds on the return team. Matson tees it up, and he's about to kick it away here. Blue Golds have had good field position, squandered it, and then St. John's capitalizing on good field position with a field goal there. Short kick, bouncing along the sidelines, and Olsen's just going to let it go out of bounds there. So the Blue Golds should start with good field position here at the 40-yard line. Always a tough decision by a kick returner there, whether to pick it up or risk having a defender get downfield. Actually, that is a live ball. If St. John's player covers it, that would be St. John's ball at the spot there. But heads up play by Olson, who is now in the game as the running back, number 34. Nye out of the shotgun. 2 wide receivers split left. St. John's showing blitz. They don't get it. Olson, nice. Runs up the line, misdirection. Cuts back inside and barrels forward for about a healthy 9 yards there.
Just a little disclaimer, the Blue Golds have now eclipsed their total rushing yards from the first quarter on that run by Matt Olson.
Ian Goldsmith on the tackle on that one for the Johnnies. Nye, play action, steps back, and he's going deep. He's got number 4. Oh! Oh, my goodness. David Goodman on an outside go route had his man beat. Nye with a beautiful pass, just unable to bring it in there. Oh, my goodness. Just a golden opportunity. A chance to strike deep there and unable to make a connection there. Nye coming up to the line again out of the shotgun. 2 wide receivers. Tight end goes in motion. Hand the ball off to Olson, who barrels forward for what looks like a first down for the Blue Golds. Boy, what do you think? Okay. I really like that play call there, the pistol formation. I like the call going for play action, trying to go deep on 2nd and short. You can always stuff it forward for a first down on 3rd down there, just as they did.
Yeah, I like that call too. I mean, he had his man beat. He was wide open. Just dropped the ball. It's plain and simple. You can't have that if you're a wide receiver, though.
3 wide receiver set. Hand off to Olsen up the middle. Good blocking up front there. Number 77, Jake Holterman, paving the way for Olsen on that run. Right up the gut. And the Blue Golds moving the ball with some consistency here now. Into Johnny's territory at about the 43-yard line. 2nd and about 4 now. Nye up to the line. 3 wide receiver set. Nye checking at the line. Johnny showing corner blitz. They back off. Olsen takes up the middle. Oh, nearly stripped. And he gains maybe a couple on the play. Griffin Hayes, number 91, on the tackle for the Johnnies there. And they are going for the strip. They're trying to rip the ball loose from those ball carriers. Sweeney found that out early, and Olsen nearly had that one taken away. But he hangs on and brings up a 3rd and short. 3rd and about 3 for the Blue Golds. Nye takes the snap. Play action. Rolls out to his right. And hits a wide receiver. Did he make the catch there? He made the catch along the sideline. Nice job staying in bounds by number 14, Josh Metzger, for the Blue Golds.
I like the fact that the Blue Golds are getting Nye out of the pocket and rolling him out a little bit on those passes, on those play fakes. Gets him out there, gets him a little bit better passing lanes. Get the ball out to his wide receivers.
Nice job coming back to the ball by the receiver there, too. Nye takes the shotgun snap, hands off to Olsen up the middle, and gets probably about 5 yards. He's brought down by a swarm of Johnny's defenders.
Lost his lid there, too. It looked like Johnny might have ripped it off. That's football for you, folks.
Cody Soker, number 55, the linebacker for the Johnnies on that tackle. And the Blue Golds having success running the ball up the middle against this Johnny's defense here. Nye with the shotgun. 2 receivers split out to the left. The snap, Olsen heads up the middle, then heads to the right, and he is going to be a couple of yards short of a 1st down, it looks like. So the Blue Golds will have the ball at the 28-yard line. 3rd down, 2 yards to go here. So,
sorry, folks, no yellow line out there on the field for you.
Yeah. Still, go ahead.
You're gonna have to eyeball it there for you.
Yep. Still 3-0 Johnnies, but the Blue Golds in field goal territory here and threatening to keep this drive going. Nye play action, gets good protection in time. He's going to the end zone and unable to bring in the catch, just a bit long. Pass intended for Goodman. Just ran out of real estate there. So going to be a interesting call here for the Blue Golds.
I like that call, though, on 3rd and 2. Everybody's thinking run, including me. I got faked out with the camera there. And fakes out the defense, goes long, just a little bit too long for David Goodman, who almost brought it in the back of the end zone even. It's going to be 4th and 2, and they're going for it.
Interesting decision here by the Blue Golds, going for it on 4th and 2. Nye with play action again. Rolls out to his left, and that's the first catch of the evening for number 82, Drew Adamczak, tight end for the Blue Golds, and he was able to move the chains for a 1st down.
Again, I really like that call. Play fake, rolling him out, getting him outside, getting him some passing lanes. He had his tight end just wide open in the flat there for the easy 1st down.
Blue Golds using play action very effectively this game so far. Nye out of the shotgun again. 1st and 10 for the Blue Golds at the Johnny's 23-yard line. Tight end goes in motion. Hand off to Olsen, and he is dropped in the backfield by number 22 for St. John's, Evan Cobb. read that play there and just made a great tackle. Olsen unable to do anything with the ball, basically tackled as soon as he got it. And the Blue Gold lose about 4 yards on the play, bring up 2nd 14 from the Johnnies 27. Nye, 3 wide receiver set out of the shotgun. Takes, throws it underneath. He's got his tight end. That's number 88, Andrew King, with his first catch of the evening there. Gains about 5 of those yards back. Still a 3rd and long, though. 3rd and about 9 yards from the Johnnies' 22-yard line. Nye now is 3 for 6 for 17 yards on the day. Just barely missing a couple of deep passes to Goodman there. 3 wide receiver set. Nye takes the snap. He's scrambling. He gets up the middle. Oh! And he is able to get inside the Johnnies 20, but there he is brought down, and he's going to be just short of a first down. John Stanton, and in on the tackle for the Johnnies, among others. And the Blue Golds are going to try a field goal attempt here. Rasaborski, this should be about
30 yards here.
About a 30-yard field goal. They officially call it 34. Rasaborski's kick is up, and it is no good. Rasaborski, it looked like a defender might have gotten a hand on that ball at the line there, but Rasaborski just missing on that field goal attempt. The Blue Golds come up empty on what was a really nice drive. Shoot, you'd like to get some points out of that.
Really wish you got some points out of that if you're Glazer, head coach Todd Glazer. But I mean, you got to be happy that your offense got some rhythm, got moving, was able to put some yards on the board here for the Blue Golds, got some traction against the Johnnies defense. It's gonna put some confidence in their heads so they can go forward and get some more points coming up.
Joe Boyle coming up to the line, quarterback for the Johnnies. Looks kind of a wishbone offense, and he hands off up the middle. Number 25. Harry Awe. Gains about 4 yards on the carry up the middle there. Dan Mayhefee on the tackle, number 95 for the Blue Golds. So the Blue Gold defense is bent and not broken, but the offense has been unable to score points. Boyle up under center. 2 wide receiver set, pitches it out to the near side of the field. And he is brought down by number 10, Bobby Fisher. No, Samuelson, 10 Samuelson on the tackle. And the Johnnies picking up a first down on that play.
If it wasn't for Samuelson, he was probably gone to the races. He had a nice seam there. His blockers getting Blue Golds out of the way. Samuelson lucky to trip him up there. Safety making the tackle. That's why they're called safeties, though.
Just go for those legs. Bringing the ball carrier down. Nice tackle, but still the Johnnies able to pick up a first down on the play. Sending a wide receiver in motion. And they hand off to him. Heading out to the far side of the field. That is number 2, Brady Lip, who turns it upfield, able to gain 3 yards. Tyler Janis on the tackle. Andy Newman also in on the play for the Blue Golds. Bringing up 2nd and about, looks like 6 they're calling it for the Johnnies. So the Johnnies able to run with some more consistency here. Blue Golds running the 3-4 defense. Boyle under center, takes the snap, hands it off to number 34. Stephen Johnson on the carry. Tackle. Cody Pickner and Chad Samuelson in on the tackle for the Blue Golds there. So Blue Golds able to stop them short of the first down. 3rd and 1 here for the Johnnies from their own 41-yard line. Oh, met at the line, but able to burst forward. And that's going to be a St. John's first down, it looks like. Cody Meyer in on the tackle, among others. So St. John's just moving the ball by some successful running plays here. Just running up the middle against that Blue Gold defense, gaining 4 or 5 yards a carry about. Boyle yet to throw a pass, I think, on this possession. 2 wide receivers split out to the right. Boyle sending a man in motion. Play action. And he has just barely escapes, but he completes a long pass over the middle. That's Josh Overman catching the ball all the way down in the Blue Gold territory at about the Blue Gold 15-yard line. Samuelson on the tackle. Boyle just able to get that pass away. It looked like the pressure is almost there, but he steps up and completes the pass for a Johnny's first down inside the Blue Gold red zone now. It'll be 1st and 10 from about the 15-yard lines for St. John's. Three wide receivers set for St. John's. Boyle under center. Takes the snap, hands off up the middle to number 34, Stephen Johnson, with a couple of yards. Rick Drews on the tackle for the Blue Golds. Gain of a couple, bringing up about 2nd and 6, we'll call it. From just outside the Blue Gold 10-yard line. St. John's threatening once again in the Blue Gold red zone here. I formation for St. John's. Boyle under center. Takes the snap. Fakes the handoff, rolls out, and completes a pass on the near side of the field to Stephen Johnson, number 34. Down to the Blue Gold 5-yard line. This is going to be close to a first down.
Good call there by the St. John's coaching staff. Johnson wide open in the flat. If he hadn't fallen down, he probably was going into there for 7 for the Johnnies. But instead, he falls down, and they're 5 yards away.
They're calling it a first down, so 1st and goal at the 5-yard line for St. John's. Blue Gold defense trying to hold here. Boyle goes the option out to the right, pitches it to number 25, Harry Awe, and he had nowhere to go, brought down by a host of defenders there.
Good job by the Blue Gold defense there, reading that option, cutting off the quarterback, and then cutting off the running back and stopping him for the loss.
Tyler Janis, Cody Meyer, among others, at the point of attack there, able to stop the Johnnies for a loss of 1. So 2nd and goal now for St. John's. Split backs in the backfield. Boyle takes the snap, and he's going to keep it himself, and he is into the end zone for the St. John's touchdown. So Boyle calls his own number. Blue Gold defense looking to shut down that option to the left side, near side of the field, and Boyle recognizes, just bursts through a gap up the middle there, and he gets a touchdown to give St. John's a 9-0 lead, point after try attempting. Matson, the sophomore, out of Eau Claire here with the point after try. The snap is up, the kick is up, and it's good. And St. John's tacks on the extra point to take a 10-0 lead over the University of Wisconsin Eau Claire Blue Golds here. 2:23 left in the game. Blue Golds getting the ball back here, and they're going to have to try and run an efficient 2-minute drill. So St. John's able to capitalize on that drive. Long pass by Boyle, who is 5 of 7 on the day so far now. That was a 39-yarder that got into Blue Gold's territory. Long pass, able to lead to a touchdown on St. John's end and see if the Blue Golds can respond here.
Yeah, they're going to have to run an effective 2-minute drill. Not sure if the fans listening to us got to hear the PA announcer, but he just announced the Blue Gold Marching Band is going to be playing at the halftime of the Vikings-Dolphins game next week, and that drew a pretty good handful of boos from the Eau Claire crowd. Glad to see a couple of Packer fans out there disliking the support of the Vikings.
Yeah, some Packer fans in attendance here tonight, I think. Matt Olson, the return man deep for the Blue Golds. Jimmy Matson tees it up for St. John's, kicking off. And Matson with a fairly deep kick, and it's gathered at about the 15 by number 23, Mark Bader, who kind of stumbles forward and is able to get up to just inside the 25-yard line, for the Blue Golds. So the Blue Golds will have a 1st and 10 at their own 24. 2 minutes, 18 seconds remaining in the first half. Blue Golds have been moving the ball. Had some success with play action, some runs, just unable to capitalize. A missed field goal, possibly partially blocked on their previous possession.
Yeah, you want to see Austin Nye here get into a rhythm passing the ball. Hasn't been able to do that all season so far.
Nye takes the shotgun snap and hands off to Sweeney, who is met immediately by a swarm of St. John's defenders.
Not sure why you're running the ball here with just over 2 minutes left here in the second quarter. I'd like to see a little bit of a sense of urgency out of the Blue Golds, just try and see if they can get down the field and possibly tie this game up. Actually, not tie this game up. But pull it within a one-possession game.
Fairly conservative play call. But Nye back in the shotgun now. 3 wide receiver set. Sweeney in the backfield. The snap is away. The hand off to Sweeney, who gets some good yards off the left side of the line there. And he's going to be close to a Blue Gold first down. Ian Goldsmith in on the tackle for St. John's. Eau Claire has called a timeout here, and that run by Sweeney was good enough for a first down. So Eau Claire uses their first timeout, and they'll have a 1st and 10 from their own 35 with 1 minute and 26 remaining in the first half. Olsen and Sweeney combining for 40 yards on the ground so far for the Blue Golds. Not quite as explosive as last week. I think that St. John's defense had them scouted out. Let's see if head coach Todd Glazer has something in store here for the Blue Golds offense. So 1:26 remaining in the first half. 1st down and 10 for the Blue Golds from their own 35. Nye out of the shotgun. Sweeney in the backfield. 3 wide receiver set. Center Paul Sandy snaps to Nye, who runs a draw play to Sweeney, and it does not fool the St. John's defense at all. Number 99.
Running a little bit of the Brett Favre original, the shovel pass to Sweeney, but St. John's defense, nice job sniffing out that play. Again, a little confused as to why the Blue Golds aren't using the 2-minute drill and going in with the passing game. Under a minute here left.
3-yard loss on the play by the Blue Golds. So 2nd and 13. They set up a middle screen to Sweeney. And St. John's is all over it. Number 99, David Burns, sniffs out that screen and brings Sweeney down after about a 2-yard loss on the play there.
flag on the play, but it's probably going to be holding on the Blue Golds. Let's see what the ref says here. Oh, no, holding on the defense. That's going to help the Blue Golds out, giving them an extra 10 yards here.
So a penalty in the Blue Gold's favor. Looked like an illegal use of hands there. That stops the clock and moves the Blue Golds forward to, looks like their own 42-yard line. So 42 seconds left in the first half. He's up 2nd and down and 3. Nye with 4 wide receivers out of the shotgun. Drops back. Steps up in the pocket and completes over the middle to number 4, David Goodman. Eau Claire calls a timeout on the play. Nice completion by Nye to Goodman there into Johnny's territory at about their 43-yard line.
That's what you like to see out of the 2-minute offense. Getting it down into Johnny's territory now, under 30 seconds left to play, and nice completion over the middle there. That was my key to the game. They got to get that passing game going. Sweeney and Olsen can't carry this team by themselves. But good job there by the Blue Golds using the passing attack, getting into Johnny's territory. Hopefully they can pick up another 20 yards and give Razaborski a good chance at this field goal. Bring it to 10-3 at least going into half, if not 10-7.
Thinking you need at least a healthy 15, maybe even 20 yards to get within Rasaborski's range. Right now at the 43, if you can get it down inside the 30. The Blue Golds with 1 timeout left. So they're going to need to be very selective with their play calling here. So the Blue Golds come up to the line. Sweeney in the backfield. Nye out of the shotgun. 3 wide receivers split out to the right, 1 to the left. Nye takes the snap. Good protection over the middle and just misses hooking up with David Goodman.
Seems like Nye's been targeting Goodman all day. He's been going deep to him, hit him over the middle there. He's hit his tight ends a couple of times, but I think he's definitely locking in on Goodman. Can't do that if you're a quarterback, though. I mean, you want to be able to spread it around, distribute the ball.
Just a little hesitant on that throw there, too. Looked like he took a little something off it, but Nye out of the shotgun again. 3 wide receivers out to the right. Steps up in the pocket, and Goodman able to bring it in. Nice catch over the middle, and that is inside Johnny's territory, all the way down, just outside the 20-yard line. So the clock stops as they spot the ball. About 15 seconds. Nye's going to spike the ball here with 15 seconds left. The Blue Golds in field goal range now after the Goodman completion, or after the Nye completion to Goodman.
I'll take that back, saying he shouldn't be targeting Goodman all day. If they can do that every other play thrown to him, I'll take that.
Nice read there on the play by Nye. Middle of the field open, it looked like, on a couple plays there. So the Blue Golds with 1 timeout left, 2nd and 10 to go from right about the Johnny's 21-yard line. 15.5 seconds left. Nye out of the shotgun. 3 receivers split out to the left. Nye takes the snap, evades the rush, and he is brought down on the play by number 13 for St. John's, John Stanton. So Nye barely avoiding a sack on the play, getting pressure, and then just rolling out and scrambling with the ball. Forces Eau Claire to use their last timeout on the play. So Raciborski in to attempt a field goal here with 8 seconds left. This will be about a 38-yard attempt. The snap is good. The hold is good. Raciborski's kick is up, and it is good. And the Blue Golds get on the board with a field goal here. Jesse Linsmeyer on the hold there. Raciborski is true from 38 yards. And that makes the score St. John's 10, Eau Claire 3. Boy, you kind of wish Nye would have thrown that ball away and possibly had a chance to get maybe a shot or two into the end zone, but still heads up, not taking the sack, and Raciborski able to put 3 up on the board for Eau Claire.
Yeah, that's going to be a big confidence builder here for the Blue Golds going into halftime, having 3 points on the board. Good job by Raciborski there, getting the ball up quick and getting it through the uprights, unlike the last time where he looked like it was partially blocked, and also he didn't get very much on it.
Brady Lipp and Mike Bonnage back deep for St. John's to return this kickoff. .8 seconds left to go in the first half.
Thinking Raciborski's going to go with the squib kick here and not give the Johnnies much of a chance to take this one back for a long touchdown. Just kick it at one of those up men. Hope they freak out and maybe could recover it too.
Pretty good idea. Raciborski squibs it up the middle. And it's picked up by number 47 for St. John's, Jake King. He brings it up just inside the 40-yard line, but that runs out the clock to end the first half. Their first half score here from Carson Park, it's St. John's University 10, University of Wisconsin-Eau Claire Blue Golds 3. Stay tuned for some halftime analysis here by my co-host Jackson, and we'll give you some insight, I guess, possibly some of our feelings and breaking down some of the offense and defense for both sides of the team. So,
yeah, but first we're going to let you have a listen here for the UW-Eau Claire Marching Band as they provide their halftime entertainment in their 2010 halftime show, and we're going to turn it over to the marching band. All right, folks, this is Jackson back here with you. We're gonna give it a little bit of time here, and then we're gonna bring you our halftime show. Just bear with us here quickly as we get things set up. Austin Nye here, quarterback in the pistol. 2 wide receivers, one to his left, one to his right. Sweeney is the lone back. Audibles at the line. Johnny's look like they're coming with blitz. Sweeney takes the carry, going up the middle, cuts back, and he's driven back by the Johnny defenders. Going to be a gain of about 2.
Blue Gold's been moving the ball pretty well between the 20s. Their drives just stall out as soon as they get inside Johnny's territory.
Yeah, the Blue Golds are going to need to have that not be the case if they want to win this game. Currently down 10-3 with 4:20 left in the third quarter. Nye in the pistol again. 2 wide receivers to his left, 1 to his right. Looks left, hits. Oh, thought he hit his man on the slant. That was Josh Metzger with the dropped pass on the slant route. Bringing up a 3rd and 8 from the 29 for the Blue Golds. Got to convert here. This could be a big play for the Blue Golds. Don't want to give that Johnny offense another shot at the ball where they could have decent field position.
Trying to give that defense a little rest, too. These 3 and outs kind of tire the Blue Gold defense out.
Yeah, exactly. Don't want to get your big guys up front winded at all. Nye going with trips to his left, looking, drops back, pressured by the Johnnies, steps up, gets a pass off to Goodman, who makes the catch, and that's going to be a Blue Gold first down at the 40-yard line. Hit hard by the Johnny defender there, number 24, Kevin Wenner, with the big hit, but Goodman able to hold on to that ball and get the Blue Gold first down. 1st and 10 from the 41. 4 minutes left here in the third quarter. Two wide receiver to Nye's left, 1 to his right. Sweeney's the lone man in the backfield. Out of the pistol, takes a snap, handoff Sweeney, and he's stuffed for nothing. Loss of yards on the play, actually. Johnny sniffing that out. Good job by the defense there. Nye is back in the pistol again. Olsen in the backfield this time. 2 wide receivers to his left, 1 to his right. Takes the snap, drops back, looking left. Flag on the play. It's probably going to be holding. And the ball's tipped. Going for this tight end, Eric Myrtle. Tipped up, but no harm. See what the call is here. Legal formation on the Blue Golds. 5 men in the backfield. That's a 5-yard penalty, making it 2nd and 15 from the 36-yard line. Band getting into it here at Carson Park.
Must not have had enough men on the line of scrimmage on that one there.
Yeah, that's one of those penalties. Excuse me, it's 3rd down. 3rd and 15 from the 36-yard line. Blue Gold's going 4 wide here. Nye in the pistol. Olsen, almost got the Johnnies to jump there. Olsen, the lone man in the backfield. Nye takes a snap, looks left, looking right, goes over the middle, and that's incomplete. Intended for Linsmeyer, hit his hands, and then bounced off. Blue Golds are going to have to punt here, bringing in Brzezinski for the punt. Not a good drive there for the Blue Golds. We're moving the ball okay, and then the penalty just kind of backed them up. Here, Brzezinski into punt. Brady Lip is back for the Johnnies. The punt is up. Good kick by Brzezinski. Holding is going to be called on the Johnnies here. Just absolutely tackled the gunner. Bad play by the Johnnies there. It's going to be moving the ball back. Waiting for the referees to converge here. Should be a pretty obvious call. Johnny's blocker just absolutely tackled one of the Blue Gold Gunners. Can't do that, folks. Referee conference still going on here.
Blue Golds have played a fairly penalty-free game so far here.
Yeah, they sure have. All right, we've got a during the kick holding on the Johnnies. Going to be 10 yards from the spot of the foul, which brings it all the way back to the 17-yard line of the Johnnies. Good job on the punt there by Brzezinski, and then the penalty helping out even more. And it is 1st and 10 from the 18 for the Johnnies. 2:46 left here in the game. Johnnies up 10-3. Boyle goes straight I formation. 2 wide receivers to his right, 1 to his left. Hands it off to his running back, who breaks through the Blue Gold defense. That is David Crowley. Nick Schneider, on the carry. Good carry there to the 33-yard line, 1st and 10. Just blew through that Blue Gold D-line, and then the linebackers were nowhere to be seen. Had to be brought down by the safety, Samuelson. Going straight I again for the Johnnies. 2 wide receivers to his left, 1 to his right. Handoff. Up the middle, and that's Schneider again. Gain of 3 maybe for the Johnnies.
Johnny's using running back by committee here, kind of, and able to keep fresh legs in there, wearing down this Blue Gold's interior defense.
Yeah, they sure have been. Boyle's going ace formation here. 2 wide receivers to his left, 1 on the right. Handoff to the running back, who's met right away by the Blue Gold linebacker. That was number 42, Rick Drews, on the tackle. Bringing up a 3rd and 3 for the Johnnies from the 40-yard line. Blue Gold defense still bending but not breaking. Can't have that all game, though. Going 3 wide receivers out of the I formation. 2 on the left, 1 on the right. Boyle barking signals under center. Takes the ball, hands it off to his running back Schneider, who's driven back by number 76 for the Blue Golds. That's big Jason Smolinski. Bringing up the 4th down punt here. Ramey back to punt for the Johnnies. He gets the ball off. Blue Golds come after it again. Ball up in the air. Goodman's going to let it bounce once, twice, 3 times, and that's going out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. Blue Gold offense coming out here. 1st and 10 from their 18 with 21 seconds left here in the 3rd quarter. Still down 10-3 to the Johnnies here. Nye back in the pistol. Sweeney is his lone running back. 2 wide receivers on the left. Tight end goes in motion left. Ball goes to Sweeney. Nope, play fake, sorry. Nye hits his tight end, Eric Myrtle, over the middle. Good catch down to the 26-yard line there. And that is going to bring the 3rd quarter to a close here at Carson Park. It's going to be 10-3 Johnnies going into the 4th and final quarter here at Carson. Blue Golds starting to get their offense going. Not quite being able to break through that defense. Blue Gold defense coming up with key stops throughout this quarter, not allowing the Johnnies to get any points, which is key here in this game. And going into the 4th quarter, Blue Golds on offense, hoping to tie this game up at 10s each. We're going to turn it over to Michael Turner here for your play-by-play in the 4th quarter. But Blue Golds 10, or excuse me, Johnny's 10, Blue Golds 3. It'll be 2nd and 1 from the 27-yard line when we come back for the 4th quarter.
Just underway here in the 4th quarter. Start the 4th quarter. Blue Gold with the 2nd and 1 at their own 27. Single back formation. Nye out of the shotgun. Takes the snap. Hands off to Sweeney, who is tripped up immediately by number 22 for the Johnnies. That is Evan Cobb, the linebacker, in on the tackle. Sweeney lost a yard on the play, bringing up 3rd and 2. 10-3 Johnnies with the lead here, just underway in the 4th quarter. Sweeney again, single back formation. Nye out of the shotgun, 2 wide receiver set. Nye takes the handoff, rolls out, keeps it himself, and he is gang tackled. Coming up short of the 1st down. Calling his old number. Looked like it was number 99 for St. John's there, David Burns, and among others on the tackle. St. John's, so the Blue Golds unable to move the ball, and they will have to punt.
St. John's crowd coming alive here on that big 4th down, or 3rd down stop, excuse me.
.45 Brzezinski with the punt, gathered in by Brady Lipp, and he brings it up to about midfield. So St. John's, they'll have a 1st and 10 with good field position just on the other side of Blue Gold territory here. I formation for St. John's. Boyle under center. Harry Awe, the running back. They run the option out to the right. Boyle pitches it. Awe. Oh, and a nice tackle by Chad Samuelson there. The safety coming up. Kind of riding Awe down after a gain of about a handful there. So
I wonder if Harry Awe gets any crap from his teammates and friends with that last name, being like, "Aw."
Was that an awe-inspiring run there, Jackson, would you say?
No, that was not an awe-inspiring run.
Okay.
Or a good thing to say for the Blue Golds.
Solid gain, though, on first down. Crowley gets the handoff in the backfield. He leaps the line there. Oh, excuse me, that's Schneider, the freshman for St. John's, leaping for a handful of yards close to a first down. It'll be 3rd and short. Blue Gold's defense trying to come up with a big 3rd down stop here. I formation for St. John's. Eau Claire showing some blitz. Here comes an option pitch out to the right by Awe, and he is met right outside the 40-yard line by number 33, Chris Olson, the cornerback, coming up to make the tackle. But that's going to be enough for a St. John's first down there. So St. John's running effectively with that option there. Able to get to around the corner there. The linebacker unable to seal off that outside there. Nice tackle by the defensive back, but good enough for a St. John's first down. 4 wide receiver set now. Boyle takes the snap from under center, drops back, and completes a short hitch route to number 3, Josh Overman. He's able to get inside the Blue Gold 30-yard line, and that is close to another first down there. And it is good enough for another St. John's first down. So Boyle comes up under center. Steven Johnson in the backfield. Boyle takes the snap, drifts back. Protection breaks down a little bit. Flag on the play. He scrambles out to his right and is run out of bounds by the Blue Gold defense. Jason Smolensky,
Probably going to be a holding call here.
among others, directed him out of bounds. Oh, yeah. You thinking that's what the flag is holding?
That'd be my guess. Luckily, there wasn't a second flag and on that possible late hit on the Blue Golds.
Excellent call there by Jackson, co-host here. Holding on St. John's. That's going to back them up 10 yards. So that negates a nice scramble there by Boyle. Backs them all the way up to the Blue Gold 38. It'll be first down and 20 after the holding penalty. Split back formation for St. John's. Boyle under center, taking the snap. He gets it, drifts out to the right, and he pitches, and it's fumbled and eventually covered up. 34, Steven Johnson, able to cover an errant Boyle pitch. Boy, that was kind of a busted play there. One of the Blue Gold defenders able to get in the backfield immediately and break that up.
Too bad the Blue Golds couldn't have jumped on that one and gotten that fumble recovery, but still they'll take the big loss, making it 2nd and 31.
Nice pressure by the Blue Gold defensive line there. Someone shot a gap and just broke that play. St. John's lucky to keep possession on it. 3 wide receivers set, split backfield. Boyle under center, takes the snap, rolls out to his right. He's looking downfield, and he just throws it away as he's getting pressure from a number of Blue Gold defenders. Colin Stillberg in on the play, providing the pressure. Andy Newman was there as well, forcing Boyle to just get rid of it. Ran out of real estate and just Lobbed it out of bounds, bringing up a 3rd and 31 from the Blue Gold 49-yard line.
Fans coming alive here at Carson Park for this 3rd and 31. Can't give this up if you're the Blue Golds.
Do not give up anything deep here. The Blue Golds probably willing to give up a short underneath route just to get the ball back. Coming on a blitz. Boyle throws it deep. Oh! Broke up at the last second. Nice play. Excellent job getting his hand in there was Matt Maddock on the play. Boyle was looking to go deep and unable to make the connection. Maddock deflecting the pass at the last second, and the St. John's will have to punt, giving the Blue Golds the ball back here with just under 10 minutes left in the game. 9:52. St. John's still up 10-3. Ramey's kick is pooched, and Goodman does not catch it. And it's down inside the 10-yard line, so
Blue Gold offense here really needs to get something going and get that passing game moving the ball down the field. They need to tie this game up right around now.
surprising call to not fair catch that one there by Goodman. Usually they say don't catch the ball inside your own 10, but if you're going to fair catch it, don't let it drift with a possible pin against your own end zone. But that's beside the point now, so Blue Golds come up there from their own 7-yard line. Two wide receivers split out to the right. Nye out of the shotgun, takes the snap, fakes the handoff to Sweeney, and dumps it out to his tight end. Rolling out to the right, that's good for a handful of yards. Drew Adamczak. The H-back bringing it in. Decent play action there by the Blue Golds, don't you think, Jackson?
Definitely a interesting call there deep inside your own territory with the play fake rollout, but I liked it.
Capitalizing on the St. John's run attack there. So now they hand off to Sweeney out of the backfield, and he has nowhere to go. Brought down by a host of St. John's defenders.
If I'm the Blue Golds here, I'm not quite sure I want to keep handing it off up the middle. I mean, they've been moving it through the air pretty well, and I mean, they should keep going to the air here. I mean, keeps more time on the clock for them and can potentially lead to a big play.
Now he takes the shotgun, pressure on him. He's going deep, and he's got him in. He's at the 30. He's at the 20, and he's brought down all the way to St. John's 10-yard line.
What'd I tell you?
Jesse Linsmeyer. Nye hooking up with Jesse Linsmeyer on a huge pass play. Able to get behind the St. John's defense and bring it all the way inside St. John's 10-yard line.
What did I say about that passing game? Get it going, and you're going to get that big play, and they just did. Linsmeyer with another great catch, just like he had last week.
So the Blue Golds with a 1st and goal at the St. John's 8-yard line. Now he takes the snap. Oh, and he goes for a slant over the middle. This one might have been, and they're saying it's intercepted by St. John's. Picked off. Now he tried to squeeze one on a quick slant over the middle, and St. John's defender had the inside there. Able to intercept, and St. John's will get the ball back at their own 20-yard line. A touchback on an interception in the end zone. So the Blue Golds squander another golden scoring opportunity.
Coach is yelling at the referee. Our referee's going to come up here and say something here. Let's see what he says. Oh. They're saying it's 1st down and 10 from the 3-yard line. Band is really getting into it. Fans on their feet here at Carson Park, making as much noise as they can to get these Blue Golds fired up and stop the Johnnies.
They say that interception didn't occur in the end zone, so St. John's with the ball at their own 3-yard line. Split backfield handoff. Run up the middle, tackled by Andy Newman, among others for the Blue Golds. Gain of 3 on the play.
If the Blue Golds can stop the Johnnies here within their own 20-yard line, make them punt, they could end up with really great field position again and another chance to score after that interception.
I formation, 3 wide receivers. Boyle under center for St. John's. Takes the snap, hands the ball off up the middle, and he is met by the Blue Gold defensive line. They drive him all the way back into the end zone. Let's see where they give him a forward progress.
You really gotta love the fire this defense is playing with right now. They are pumped up after making that big tackle. Crowd is loving it. Crowd on their feet. Band is yelling. Gotta love this college football on a Saturday night under the lights here at Carson Park.
Oh, yeah, great atmosphere. Brad Nierenhausen in on the last play with the tackle for the Blue Golds there. 3rd and 7 with the ball on their own 6-yard line for St. John's. Play action. Boyle scrambles out to his right. Completes, but that is going to be short of the first down. Nick Schneider catching the pass. Boyle rolling out to his right, but unable to get the ball past the first down marker. And St. John's will have to punt from deep within their own territory. Blue Golds about to get the ball back here in good field position.
Blue Golds, watch this punt here. Blue Golds have been coming after everything. This might be their chance to get one here.
Blue Golds bring a punt rush. Punt away. Goodman gathers it in at about midfield. Reverses field and is brought down at about the 42-yard line by Simon Till, number 39 for St. John's. So Goodman catches the punt on the bounce and brings it in about 10 yards. Blue Gold starting with the ball in St. John's territory. Single back formation. Nye out of the shotgun. Sweeney in the backfield. And they play action passes. Sweeney gathers it in. And he catches a beautiful pass from Nye all the way down to the St. John's 15-yard line. Ian Goldsmith, probably the one man standing between Sweeney and getting the ball possibly into the end zone there.
Sweeney coming off the field hurt here, though. Clutching his side. Not quite sure what happened there. He may have been hit with a helmet, but Blue Golds with a great play there.
Matt Olson in at running back for the Blue Golds now. Single back formation. Gets the handoff. Runs to the right, and there is nothing there. John Stanton with the tackle for St. John's there. So Matt Olson, looked like the run was designed right up the middle. Olson saw nothing there, went out to his right, and the blocking just broke down on that one, unable to gain any yardage. Now with a man in motion, play action. And he had to get rid of that one in a hurry. And there's a flag on the field.
Looks like to be roughing the passer here on the Johnnies, giving the Blue Golds 15 yards here.
Looks like they might get John Stanton with a helmet-to-helmet contact on Austin Nye.
That is just a killer for the Johnnies. Making a nice stop there, getting some pressure on Nye, and then just hitting them late. You can't do that. But good thing for the Blue Golds here, moving the ball closer. It's going to be from their 15-yard line, it looks like. No, not even, I lied. It's 7-yard line. Blue Golds looking to try and punch it in here, tie this game up.
Just under 5 minutes left. St. John's 10, UW-Eau Claire 3. Eau Claire threatening inside St. John's 10-yard line here with a 1st and goal at the 7. Olsen takes the handoff up the middle, and he is in. Matt Olsen from 7 yards out, giving the Blue Goals their first touchdown of the game. And pending a Brandon Rasaborski extra point, we could have a tie game here. Boy, nice blocking up front by that Blue Goals offensive line. Rasaporski's extra point attempt is up, and it's good. And that ties this game up at 10-10 with 4 minutes and 52 seconds left in the game in the 4th quarter. Your score now is UW-Eau Claire 10, St. John's University 10. Well, you got to give credit to that offensive line of the Blue Golds there. Withrow, Zadima, Santee, Holterman, and Belke up front, paving the way for a Matt Olsen touchdown plunge.
Great run there by the Blue Golds. Opened up that seam, and Olsen was able to just take it in for that touchdown, tying it up. Big play for the Blue Golds. Great job by the defense to set that up.
Brady Lipp and Mike Bonage backs deep to receive for St. John's. Rasaborski to kick off for Eau Claire.
Another entertaining game here between the Blue Golds and the Johnnies. All the other past couple of games have come down to the last couple drives, and no exception here tonight here at Carson Park, where we're tied still, we're finally tied in the 4th quarter, just under 5 minutes left.
Rasaborski tees it up, and he kicks it. This one is going to be gathered in by number 12, Bonage. He runs out to the right, slips a tackle, and then is swarmed at the 30-yard line. Boy, good group tackling by the Blue Golds there. Tyler Janis, probably the first man who met him there. St. John's will start with the ball, 1st and 10 from their own 30-yard line. 4:44 left in the 4th quarter. Boyle back under center, 3 wide receiver set, split backfield. Rolling out to his left, gets pressure, and he is brought down and sacked on the play. Boy, good job. Brad Nierenhausen, the outside linebacker, senior out of Cottage Grove.
That's a huge play there for that defense. Finally bringing him down in the backfield for the sack. Chased him around all game and finally get to him. Defense starting to pump this crowd up too.
Nierenhausen been in on a couple of key plays here defensively in the 4th quarter. Finally brings down Boyle. Loss of 11 on the play for St. John's. Boyle out of center. Getting pressure again. He rolls out to his right and just overthrows his intended receiver, Sam Peterson. Just a little high on the play. Matt Maddock there again on coverage there.
Big 3rd down here for the Blue Golds. 3rd and 21. They need to get a stop here, and then they can take control of this game with just under 4 minutes left. Crowd is on their feet. Everyone is pumped up here at Carson Park.
3rd and long for St. John's. The Blue Golds with a chance to get the ball back to their offense with good field position.
Crowd's so loud, St. John's needs to take a time out here.
Yeah. The crowd getting back into the game, helping these Blue Golds out here. St. John's forced to call a timeout. That's their first one. They have 2 left.
This is, again, big third down for the Blue Golds. They absolutely need to stop St. John's here. Force the punt. Get the ball back probably from their 35 forward. And then they can drive down, hopefully get a touchdown, put the pressure on the Johnnies, get a field goal to at least go to the lead.
Yeah, boy, you're saying just don't get beat deep on this one if you're the Blue Golds defense.
Exactly. I was just going to ask you, what do you think Coach Glaze is saying down there in that huddle to that defense, telling them what to do?
Don't get beat deep. St. John's, if you're St. John's on offense, you're probably thinking you don't want to get too liberal here on offense. Turn the ball over deep in your own territory, especially in a defensive struggle like this. So this Blue Gold crowd is on their feet. 3rd and 21 from their own 19-yard line. St. John's has the ball with about 3:54 left here in the 4th quarter. Joe Boyle comes up to the line under center. 3 wide receiver set, single back formation. Takes the snap. Decent protection. Slips a defender, rolls out, and he just throws it away pretty much. Good pressure there by the Blue Golds defense.
Flag on the play.
Boyle might have been past the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, that could have. That's what it looks like. Legal forward pass. Yep, there it is.
So that brings up 4th down. The loss of down along with the penalty there.
Blue Golds need to send everybody here to try and get after this kick, make it easy on themselves. They've been close a couple of times today. Let's see if they can do it again.
Number 11, Ramey, back to punt for St. John's, it looks like. Goodman, the returner for Eau Claire. Blue Golds send the rush. Gets it away. Goodman with a fair catch. Just about the 43-yard line of St. John's there. So UW-Eau Claire will get the ball back with good field position here. 3.5 minutes left and a chance to possibly beat previously unbeaten and number 9 ranked St. John's. Now he takes a snap out of shotgun. Sweeney slips a couple tackles, goes out to his left, and he has finally slid down after a gain of about 8 by number 41 for St. John's, Billy Lawrence. Now looking over to the sideline. Getting the call from Coach Todd Glazer of Eau Claire. Single back formation. Now out of the shotgun, Sweeney in the backfield. Now he takes a snap, hands off to Sweeney. Bursting up the middle, and he spins, and he's free. And he is finally tripped up inside the St. John's 10-yard line. Mike Bonage made a game-saving tackle there for St. John's, and St. John's has a man down on the field, an injured player. Looks like that's number 99, David Burns. Injured on the play.
Great run there by Sweeney, just keeping his legs moving. Pulled a little bit of a spin move there on the St. John's defense and broke free. Just like we said earlier, keep chipping away with Sweeney. He's going to be able to break one at some point. He's going to find that hole. He's going to burst through there. He's big enough to run some of these guys over straight up.
Boy, shed a couple tackles there, and then a nice spin move, able to gather himself again, and almost broke it all the way for 6. just tripped up at about the 5-yard line. So Blue Golds with a golden opportunity here. Excellent chance to score. They're going to have a 1st and goal at the 6-yard line. 2 minutes and 42 seconds left here of this tie game.
This is just what you wanted after coming off of that big stop. Big play to set you up with at least. Got 4 plays here to punch it in. Oh, 3 to punch it in, 4 to score. So just what you want if you're the Blue Golds.
Once again, that offensive line paving the way. Sweeney able to get to that 2nd level before really getting a good hit on him. And once he gets that running start, boy, he's hard to bring down.
Blue Golds can get a score here. Bring this game, or take this game over. This could be a huge upset here in Division III football.
Now he hands off to Sweeney out of the backfield, single back. He barrels forward, and he is in. Joel Sweeney from 6 yards out gives the Blue Golds their first lead of the game with just over 2 minutes left.
Crowd is loving it here at Carson Park. Students are into it. Parents are into it. Just general fans are into it. Gotta love this here. Saturday night out at Carson Park. Blue Gold football is back.
Boy, the crowd loves that. Rasaborski's extra point is up, and it is good. The hold by Linsmeyer, the kick by Rasaborski, and the Blue Golds take a 17-10 lead with 2 minutes left here at Carson Park over number 9 St. John's University. The defense coming up with big plays, getting the ball back to the Blue Golds with good field position, and Eau Claire capitalizing. Sweeney finally getting unleashed here, and is able to swim in from 6 yards out to give the Blue Golds a touchdown lead.
Even the special teamers are jacked up for this Blue Gold team. They want to win this one big, and they want to win it badly.
They can taste it.
As Wayne Larrabee would say, that could be the dagger.
So Bonage and Brady Lip deep for St. John's to return. Rasaborski to kick off for Eau Claire. St. John's going to have to move the ball in a hurry here. Blue Gold's going to try and prevent a good kick return. Rasaborski kicks it deep. Brady Lip brings it in, stumbles a little bit, and he dances out of bounds at about the 15, looks like about the 18-yard line. So St. John's University will take over 1st and 10. A minute 59 left. They have 2 timeouts. Eau Claire still with all 3 of their timeouts.
This Blue Gold defense and these fans are jacked up. They want those Blue Golds to bring this one home. Upset the number 9 ranked Johnnies of St. John's.
Fans on their feet here at Carson Park. Crowd really getting behind this Blue Golds defense. Boyle takes a snap under center, completes it out to the right. Number 3, Josh Overman. A short hitch route, gain of about 6, maybe 7 on the play. St. John's offense in hurry-up mode here. 4 wide receivers set. Boyle under center, takes the snap. Looks left, doesn't find anything there. Rolls out to his right and just throws it out of bounds.
Oh.
And it looks like
call here by the referee on the late hit.
Jimmy Hall, the sophomore defensive lineman for Eau Claire, gets whistled and flagged for the personal foul penalty. Andy Newman was there. It looked like...
I don't know about that call personally. I mean, definitely think, I mean, he was hit a little bit late, but I mean, it wasn't malicious or anything. I mean, these guys were wearing pads out there.
Boyle with nothing there, just throwing it away. But they'll get a 1st and 10 after the 15-yard penalty. 3 wide receiver set. Boyle back under center. And he completes a pass to number 17, Sam Peterson, for about 20 yards on the play. Clock running now. Minute 27 left. St. John's with the 1st and 10. At the Blue Gold 37-yard line. Boyle back to pass. Completes it. Short gain to Overman. Over to the right side. Clock continuing to run. About a minute 10 left now. Boyle coming up. 3 wide receivers split out to the left. Takes the snap. Protection breaking down, and he's able to scoop it and shovel it out of there. Jacob Redding, the senior fullback, halfback, able to catch a little shovel. Boyle was getting pressure from the outside there. Able to. Boyle drifts back. Looking long. He's looking over the middle. He has a man. Oh! And it's broken up at the last second. Mark Bader able to get in there and kind of shield the receiver from catching it there.
Good job there by Bader. Looked like Samuelson was in the area there too to make a hit if he had wanted to, but Bader was all over that one. Great play there by the defense.
So 2nd and 10 for St. John's. 41.3 seconds left. They have the ball at the Blue Gold 25-yard line here in the 4th quarter. Down by 7. Boyle takes the snap under center. Hands it off on a little delay out to Redding up the middle. Close to a 1st down. St. John's calls a timeout. Ben Shea makes the tackle for Eau Claire.
Blue Golds here need to stop these Johnnies. They've been driving down. They drove down this field pretty quickly, aided by, of course, by the little bit of a cheap call on the roughing the passer.
Boy, that certainly helped them out there. It did.
Sure did.
Might have gotten bailed out on that one. And then Boyle able to connect on a couple of deep passes, some short passes, and that delay run there. St. John's with a 3rd and short. 1 timeout left with just over 30 seconds left from the 17-yard line.
Everybody on their feet out here at Carson Park. Definitely want to see their Blue Golds bring home this victory over the 9th-ranked St. John's Johnnies. Be a big win for this Blue Gold team, giving them some confidence going into the WIAC season, beating a very good Johnnies team.
They've traditionally played them very tough, but they haven't beaten them since 2004. Haven't won here at Carson Park against St. John's since 2002, and they're on the fringe of beating them here now tonight at Carson Park. So St. John's 3 wide receivers split out, sending the running back in motion. Boyle under center. Just throws kind of a wheel route out to the left there. Pass is complete to Redding, and he'll have enough for a 1st down. I think he was in bounds on the play, so the clock will continue to run once it's spotted. Boyle takes the snap, and he completes the pass. Is he in or not? It looks like.
I think they're going to say he's down on the 1-yard line. Clock might be probably should be running right now.
Clock stopped as they spot the ball with 16 seconds left. Boyle completes a pass to the 1-yard line. Oh! They try to run up the middle, and they are stuffed by the Blue Gold defense. St. John's forced to use their last timeout.
I guess they did have one more left. I wasn't sure if they had another timeout left. I thought they may have used them all up. I guess not, though.
Boy, St. John's hurrying up to the line. Looked like they were trying to plunge that one in there from the one. And the Blue Gold defense just stacked and able to stuff Reading in the backfield for no gain. So
everybody on their feet here, even the Johnnies fans starting to chant, "Let's go Johnnies." Let's see if the Blue Gold fans are going to answer them. Guess not. Johnny's coming out of their timeout here. Going to be 2nd and 1 from the 1 with 8 seconds left. Break it down for me, Michael.
No timeouts left. 2nd and goal from inside the Blue Gold 1 yard line. St. John's no timeouts left. Do they try and run it here and risk running out the clock, or do they try and pass it? Boyle with 3 wide receivers split. Takes a snap under center. Drifts out to the left, and he plunges in, dives in on a quarterback keeper option. So Boyle able to get it in for 6.
See if the Blue Golds can get a blocked PAT here. That'd seal the game, but it looks like we're gonna have free football out here at Carson Park.
Block that kick is the chant from the Blue Gold crowd here. Eau Claire taking a timeout.
Freezing the kicker here.
Jimmy Matson, the Eau Claire native for St. John's, going to attempt the extra point here.
Freezing the hometown kid. You gotta love college football.
Oh yeah, freezing him on an extra point nonetheless too.
Everybody on their on their standing. Wow. Excuse me here. All the fans are standing here at Carson Park. Johnny's fans, Blue Gold fans, people who don't really care, just like football a lot, all on their feet. Quiet right now, but it's going to get loud here in a couple of seconds when the Johnnies come out for this PAT.
You always have to be aware of a fake here. St. John's on the road. Lucky to score with about 5.5 seconds left. Blue Golds, they go for the block kick here, but you always have to be aware of a fake field goal, fake extra point. John Reese with the hold. Gets it. Matson's kick is up, and it's good. And we have a tie game here. St. John's, with the Jimmy Matson extra point, ties it up 17-17 with 5.4 seconds left.
Got to hope for some good blocking here on this return here for the Blue Golds. Open up some holes for Goodman and let him get a lane to run through. But the Johnnies are probably going to go for the squib kick, just like the Blue Golds did earlier in the game.
Just unreal there. 2 minutes left, 2 timeouts. St. John's able to get a couple of medium range passes there and able to move the ball right up and down the field effectively. Oh boy, the Blue Golds defense, they're unable to make a stop, and St. John's ties it up 17 apiece.
Don't worry about it.
So Matson to kick off. Matt Olson, the man deep for Eau Claire, to return. Just a little squib up the middle. And it is covered up at the 41-yard line.
This is right around where the Blue Golds were last week at the end of the second half against Bethel, where Austin Nye completed his first pass of the season, rolling out to the right, and Just airing it out for Linsmar. Let's see if they try to run something similar here.
Yeah, big play at the end of the first half last week. Eau Claire able to get a 42-yard touchdown pass. Austin Nye connecting right before halftime. I wonder if they'll do a Hail Mary or possibly a little screen pass here. They have 2 timeouts left and 5 seconds from their own 41. Nye looking to go deep. He's hit as he throws it, and that incomplete pass will end regulation here. So we are going to overtime. St. John's able to push a touchdown in with 5 seconds left in the game to tie it up at the end of 4 quarters of play. St. John's Johnnies 17, the University of Eau Claire Blue Golds 17. I'm going to turn play-by-play calling over here to my co-host Jackson. How do you say your last name, Jackson?
Schmidtke.
Schmidtke. Okay. Jackson Schmidtke here going to do the play-by-play, and we will hopefully come out of here with determining a winner in overtime here at Carson Park.
So they'll be running college overtime rules here where they will have the coin toss with the captains. Then whoever wins the toss gets to choose whether they want ball first or second. They'll be starting at the 25-yard line, and whoever scores and then doesn't have an answer will win the game. They're at midfield right now, shaking hands. Referee's going to pull out his little coin. Blue Gold's looking here to hopefully win the toss, take the ball second, see what their opponents can do, make sure they are able to answer it. Tails was a call. It's heads. Eau Claire wins this. They're going to defend first. Blue Golds, again, won the toss. They're going to elect to defend the first. Ball is going to be placed at the 25-yard line. Johnnies are going to have the ball first. They're going to try and score. They get a field goal or a touchdown. Eau Claire gets a chance to answer. Eau Claire, if they tie it up, will go to a second overtime. Same rules. If Eau Claire scores a touchdown and wins, then they will win outright and will have defeated the St. John's University Johnnies, 9th-ranked team in the country by D3Football.com. Blue Gold defense taking the field here. Johnnies have yet to come out of the sideline. Officials are huddling at midfield. Coaching staffs are talking. Just had some guy point at me from the St. John's booth. Not sure what he was pointing at, but probably trying to signal one of his coaches. Band urging the fans to stand up. They're sitting down right now. They've been standing for the better part of the last quarter. Each team gets, I believe, 2 timeouts. Maybe it's 1, or they just carry over. I think they just get 1. Not sure what's going on here. St. John's has yet to take the field. Blue Gold players are slightly upset that they are not out here yet.
Seems like a great scenario so far for Eau Claire. If the way the players are standing, they're defending, so they're going to get a chance to see what St. John's can do first and how they would have to respond to that. And St. John's is also going towards the band side of the field in the end zone.
All right, well, I guess St. John's won't be going towards the band section. I guess that's what the referees' conference was about. Everybody's shifting now down the field. All right, everybody on their feet here at Carson Park. We're in overtime here. Boyle under center, I formation, hands it off. Running back stop for 1 yard gain there. Number 44 in on the tackle for the Blue Golds. That's Andy Newman making the stop. Nick Schneider with no gain on the 2 yard gain, excuse me. Boyle drops back to pass, looking right. It's got no one pressured. Rolling right, rolling left now. He just chucks it. I think he's still in the, might have been in the pocket there. Coach is a little bit angry about that on the no intentional grounding call. Not exactly sure how far the pocket extends backwards, but he's definitely still in the pocket after he'd rolled back towards it. 3rd and 8 here. Blue Golds tied with the Johnnies in overtime. 17-17. 3rd and 8 from the 23. Johnnies huddling up. Fans on their feet. They're pumped here at Carson Park. Everybody's excited. It's getting loud. Boyle comes out of the huddle, checking with his players, make sure they're on the right page. They're going with the wishbone. 2 wide receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Boyle under center, barking out signals. He rolls left, looking. He's got a man, but it is bitter. Oh! Interception is dropped by Kyle Thorpe, the safety, in his hands and out. Would have been a game saver. Instead, it's 4th and 8 for the Johnnies, bringing in the field goal kicking unit. Hometown kid Jimmy Matson from Eau Claire coming in to take the lead here for the Johnnies. Going to be about a 31-yard field goal. 40-yard field goal, excuse me. 40-yard field goal here for Jimmy Matson, St. John's. On the right hash mark, snaps down, it's good. Kick is up, it is good. St. John's takes the lead here in overtime at Carson Park. It is 20-17 Johnnies. Eau Claire will get a chance to answer, though.
That's the nice thing about deferring. When you go second there, you have a chance to see. Now the Blue Golds know they at least need a field goal, and a touchdown wins it.
Blue Gold offense taking the field here. Austin Nye in the pistol. 2 wide receivers to his left. Sweeney is the lone back. Sweeney gets the handoff. He cuts right up the middle. Breaks through a couple defenders for the 7-yard gain. There for the Blue Golds. Fans like that one. Sweeney slashing up the middle. Sweeney's got 18 carries here for 65 yards and a touchdown. Going to be 2nd and 3 from the 18-yard line for the Blue Golds. They need a touchdown here, and they'll win it. Field goal will tie and take it to a 2nd overtime. Nye in the pistol again. Sweeney the lone back. 2 wide receivers to his left. Johnny's show blitz. It's going to be Sweeney off his left side who cuts it right, going right at him. Looks like he is going to pick up the first down. Sweeney down to the 15-yard line, bringing up a Blue Gold first down. Fan loves it. Fans love it. Oh, looks like a lineman lost his lid, but he'll put that back on and get in there. Same formation, Nye in the pistol, Sweeney in the backfield, two receivers to his left, tight end on the line. Oh, low snap, goes to Sweeney though. Sweeney cuts it back up, spins, rolling down to the 7-yard line. Sweeney rocking through this defense. It's going to be second and let's see here, 3, I believe. Yep, 2nd and 3 from the 8-yard line. Johnnies have the lead at 20-7. Blue Golds, this is their first possession in overtime. They have a chance to answer. All they need is a field goal. Touchdown will win the game. Blue Golds so far have gone 4 straight running plays. Fans are all on their feet. They're excited here. Nye is in the same formation. Pistol, Sweeney the lone back, two receivers to his left. Johnny is showing blitz. Nye gets a snap. Sweeney is stopped in the backfield, stopped at the 11. Loss of 3 yards here. Going to bring up a 3rd and 6 for the Blue Golds. 3rd and 5 from the 10-yard line. Blue Golds down by field goal here. They're in great position here. 3rd and 5, manageable 3rd and 5. Good game here between the Johnnies and the Blue Golds. They've been good games the past couple of years. Great one here going to OT. Nye giving it to Sweeney. Sweeney up the middle, down to the 6-yard line. It's going to be 4th and 1. 4th and 1 here for the Blue Golds. The offense wants to go for it. They're going to go for it here on 4th and 1. Gutsy call here. I like it, though. Nye goes into the huddle. Offense really wanted to go for it here. 4th and 1 from the 6. Johnny's up a field goal here in overtime. Blue Golds want this first down, and they want the win. They're not going home with the tie. Sweeney gets the first down, rumbling down to the 2-yard line. Sweeney bursting through the defense. It's going to be first down and goal for the Blue Golds at the 2-yard line. Johnny's only up a field goal. Sweeney, the man, taking the ball down there. Sweeney, the freshman running back out of Toma, has come up huge in this game and their Blue Golds' last game against Bethel. Johnnies are going to take a timeout here. Austin Nye is trying to get this crowd pumped up. He's pumped. Fans are pumped. Band is pumped. I'm pumped. Everyone's pumped here at Carson Park. They want to win. They could upset the number 9 ranked Johnnies here. First and goal from the 2-yard line. Blue Golds down a field goal here. Overtime. A couple of stats here for you. Sweeney's got 24 carries for 88 yards and a touchdown. Austin Nye, 14 for 24, 219 and a touchdown, long of 80 yards. St. John's, Nick Schneider, leading rusher, 10 for 56. Harry Awe, 11 for 37. John Boyle, 14 for 26, 138, long of 39. Pretty good day here for the Johnnies. Good day here for the Blue Golds as they come up with 2 yards to go. 4 downs to get the touchdown and take the win here and knock off the number 9 St. John's University Johnnies. Fans on their feet here at Carson Park. It's a beautiful night. Great football game. And it's Nye. They've got one wide receiver to his right. Jumbo package in. Sweeney gets the carry. He's diving through. And he is in for the touchdown. Blue Golds win the game on the 2-yard Joel Sweeney run. Storm in the field. They have upset the number 9 ranked St. John's University Johnnies. Fans storm the field here to celebrate the win over the top ranked team. Coaches are pumped. Fans are excited. The students are storming the field, going to celebrate with their friends and the players of the University of Wisconsin Blue Gold football team. Great game here from Carson Park. Blue Golds end up taking this at the last minute, or in overtime, 23-20. And everybody here at Carson Park is excited. Fans are pumped. The band is excited. The fans are on the field. Friends are on the field. Family is on the field. Everybody's on their seats as they're going to start to clear out here. Good friendly handshakes between the Blue Golds and the Johnnies as the Blue Golds have upset the number 9 ranked St. John's University Johnnies. Great game here from Carson Park. Nothing better than great football game on a Saturday night. Beautiful weather. Great game. And we'll be coming at you with a little bit of post-game action here in a few minutes as we watch the Blue Golds go down and celebrate with the band. Great game here. Final score, UW-Eau Claire 23, St. John's University 20, after one period of overtime. Blue Golds ended up driving down from their 25-yard line behind Joel Sweeney, carrying the ball, and it goes in from the 2 he plunges in from the 2-yard line as the Blue Golds take the game. You've got to be happy if you're those players and the coach. Great win here for this Blue Gold team. It's going to be a great confidence builder as they go into conference play in a couple of weeks. Next week, they're going to be taking on North Central out of Illinois. That's a 1 o'clock game at North Central, so we will not be here to give you the game. North Central may be live streaming it. We're not sure yet. Blue Golds, again, winners here, 23-20 over the St. John's. We're up here in the press box, and we're next to the St. John's coaching staff, and they do not sound happy. They're pounding on things, not very happy about the way this game came out, but they fought hard. Blue Golds fought hard, and it was a great game. And we'll be coming to you, Jackson, along with my co-host Michael. We'll be bringing you some post-game action here quickly as the Blue Golds win 23-20. All right, I'm Jackson Schmidtke here with your post-game show. I'm joined here by Michael Turner. Well, Michael, great game tonight here from Carson Park. What are your thoughts?
Boy, just a great job by Eau Claire. They never gave up. Sweeney got involved in the running game. Defense came up with big stops. The offense able to capitalize, and just an inspirational finish to this game. Sweeney bursting in for the game-winning touchdown in overtime. Eau Claire comes up with a huge home win against a really, really good St. John's football team.
They sure are. They were ranked number 9 coming into this game. They're sure to drop a little bit here, but still, nonetheless, a very good college football team. Great game here from Carson Park. Blue Golds take it 23-20. Joel Sweeney, probably the MVP of this game after he had that nice wheel route that he came out after that play fake, brought it down to tie the game, and then he had the nice long run to possibly set up another one.
Yeah, boy, Blue Golds unable to get Sweeney involved early on the offensive end, and later in the game, boy, that offensive line of the Blue Golds just kind of broke down the defense of St. John's. Sweeney able to get to those second levels where he is virtually tackleable, shedding those linebackers, and once he gets past the linebackers, boy, he is tough to bring down.
He sure is, man. Great pickup for Todd Glazer in the recruiting. Sweeney, a freshman out of Toma, had some very nice recruiting interest from Wisconsin, Minnesota, North Dakota State, a couple of Division I and Division I AA programs. Chose to go to Eau Claire, though. But he's definitely the MVP of this game. after he rushed for near 100 yards and 2 touchdowns, one to take the lead and will give the Blue Golds a 23-20 win. Can't say enough about St. John's, though, and their head coach, John Gallardi, who's in his 58th season with the Johnnies and 62nd overall, all-time winningest coach. They put up a great fight.
Yeah, boy, you just have to take your hats off to them. Tough loss for the Johnnies. Boy, they came in here and they kind of gave Eau Claire everything they could handle. A good Eau Claire football team, it looks like. You can see why they've had a historically successful program throughout the years. They just never gave up. They were able to move the ball down for just what seemed like a momentum-shifting touchdown at the end of regulation there to put the game into overtime. Eau Claire just able to capitalize in overtime and lucky to come away with a win here, really.
Yeah, it was a great game. Got to be excited if you're a Blue Gold football player or even a Blue Gold fan. I mean, I'm excited. Great game here from Carson Park. Blue Golds defeat the number 9 ranked St. John's University Johnnies 23-20. Joel Sweeney plunging in from 2 yards, taking the game, taking the win. Great confidence builder going into WIAC play in a couple of weeks.
Oh, yeah, definitely. That's what these non-conference games are for. You want to have good competition like St. John's here, and this is kind of preparing you for what is a tough conference to play in. Hopefully the Blue Golds can keep this momentum going and heading into the conference schedule.
Sure is. They're going to be taking on they're going to be traveling at North Central in Illinois tomorrow, or not tomorrow. Next week it'll be a 1 p.m. game. Not sure if that'll be live streamed from North Central or not. We will not be there to bring it to you. But that's all we've got here from Carson Park. Blue Golds win 23-20 over St. John's. Thanks for tuning in on UWC.com, and we'll see you next time the Blue Golds are at Carson Park. For Michael Turner, I'm Jackson Schmicke. Have a great night.